So near, yet in the end so far away. The 1992 season saw the league championship slip out of United's grasp, leaving Reds fans stunned and Alex Ferguson and his players devastated.
January, February, I said to the players, if you don't kill these teams off, you may live to regret it. And that proved true, my words, which I wish I'd never said. But it was a fact. We weren't finishing teams off. Our goals ratio did dry up, and we were left to suffer. But I think in cases where you maybe need a little bit of luck, it ran away from us. Going into the Rumbelows final, I took 22 players down at the Rumbelows final, and I only had Brian Robson, Mark Robbins, and Lee Martin with injuries. The rest of the players, 18 players, were all fit. 7 days later, 8 were injured, and we lost important players like Paul Ince in the Southampton match. We lost Paul Park in the Luton match, and coming into the West Ham game, we really were down to the bare bones, and that was a real cruel blow to us, particularly when you're playing 4 games in 6 days, when you really needed our pool and we didn't have it. So there was a bit of bad luck for us there, and of course the most traumatic 7 days probably in the history of the club, in the sense of the modern club anyway, that we just can't find the right words to say or come to grips with it. But we'll find a way. Summer will help. The players are young enough to accept the challenges that we had this year, and they're young enough to go for the next year. I felt the most important result was drawing with City at home, where the game were in complete control and lost it. I think if we'd have won that game, we'd have flown from there on. I think we'd have gone away and run away with the league. But that proved to be a giveaway, an absolute giveaway, from a game in which we were complete control to ending up, lucky to get a draw. But that was an important one. I think they're all important, but certainly there's a lot of areas in which we say, right, we should, next year we hope the pitch is better. When we needed a passing pitch, we didn't have it. A lot of these things. At the end of the day, you've got to be careful. We're not looking for excuses. I think what I have to do is say it this way, right? Okay, we've thrown the league, but we've won the Rumbelows, we've won the Super Cup, we've had a fantastic season. The crowds have been great, the support has been unbelievable. They've believed in us, and I think that's important. And judging by the response I've had from them, they feel that we are going somewhere, and that is an important thing. I think that you could look upon a title challenge in two ways. One, that we had a go at it, but the most important thing is to look at it and say, well, can we do it next year? And I believe we can.
But the season was no failure. United may have been pipped at the post for the title, but it turned out to be the most successful campaign for 24 years. Second in the league, with the Rumbleows Cup and European Super Cup in the trophy room, a place in Europe, and a highly successful youth side. Yes, the future looks secure. United fans were full of hope as the season began. The Reds were holders of the Cup Winners' Cup, and there were new faces on show. Goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel, a 6'4" Danish international. England defender Paul Parker, signed from Queen's Park Rangers for £1.7 million. And making his home debut, Ukrainian wingman Andrei Kanchelskis. Everyone was ready for the action, and many of the fans felt that something special lay in store for United this season. 46,278 turned up to make sure they were in at the start, but hundreds more were locked out. The first goal of the new season came from a Kanchelskis cross and what looked like a county own goal, but Mark Hughes got a touch on the ball and pushed it home. It was United mania after Robson's fabulous volley from the corner made sure of the points. The fans sensed that this could be the season when Brian Robson would lead them to glory and the possibility of that elusive league championship. A Steve Bruce penalty 4 days later gave the Reds the points against Ron Atkinson's Aston Villa, when Robson was judged to have been fouled after some nice play from Mark Hughes.
Hughes off his chest, Robson's in there, he's appealing for the penalty, and I think he's probably got it. And that's 1-0.
A week after that, a Brian McClare goal late in the home game against newly promoted Oldham took United to the top.
Comes to Webb. He's got the cross in, And that's a lovely finish from McClare, made by Neil Webb.
Soon it became clear who would be the biggest rivals in the championship race, and the first of 4 dramatic clashes between United and Leeds ended with the points shared.
And it's over the top, and it's Chapman, and that's the first time Schmeichel's been beaten this season in the league. On by Giggs, through from Robson, and it could come to him again. It does.
That Leeds goal was the first United had conceded in 5 starts, and it was obvious that Alex Ferguson had bought wisely with the signings he had brought to Old Trafford.
We've signed 2 new players, 3 if you include Andrei Kanchelskis, whom we signed last March. Things are looking very, very well indeed. We don't need to sell anyone. We have the same strong pool as last year, adding 3 players, and with 1 or 2 younger ones starting to get better. I think I've done good business. I think that we've got Andrei Kanchelskis for 650,000. He's in the Russian national side. He's only 22 years of age. He's an exciting player, very, very exciting prospect. And Peter Schmeichel, of course, is 42 Danish caps. He's 27 years of age. He's now reaching his peak, as goalkeepers often do. That for 500,000, I think I've got a real snip. And well, I don't need to underline the qualities of Paul Parker. I think he's been shown at Old Trafford and down in London every time we play him for the last 5 years since I've come anyway, that make him an outstanding capture at 1.7 million.
The Reds visited Selhurst Park, the shared home of Wimbledon and Crystal Palace, where Blackmore opened the scoring from a nice cross from Neil Webb.
And it's there for 1. Clayton Blackmore, the scorer. Nicely, I think to Pallister. Pallister's done it. Gary Pallister.
A great strike from Pallister for United's second. John Fashanu headed home for Wimbledon in the second half, but it was too late for them. And another star was emerging, not unexpectedly as far as those who'd followed United's junior team were concerned. Ryan Giggs hit the headlines with his first goal of the new season. Ryan's goal, along with those by Dennis Irwin and Brian McClare, saw United defeat Norwich 3-0.
Strike goes in, it's there! There were just too many Manchester United players up for it. Still got it, battling all the way. Mark Hughes, inside to McClare, he must score, he does! That was all down to Hughes, winning the ball back, taking on 3 and finding his partner. And he's got Giggs away here. Terrible defending. And what a strike from Ryan Giggs. He kept his cool there. And that is a marvellous Manchester United goal.
I enjoyed the Norwich one because it was like a half chance and it was a really hard angle. And I'm glad. I thought it wasn't going in at first, and then it just took a bounce and then it just creeped in, hit the post and went in. I enjoyed that one because we were really playing well at the time when we scored the goal, and the crowd were really, behind us.
The Dell was the next venue for the Reds, and a further 3 points from Mark Hughes' first away goal of the season helped United stay on top throughout September.
Still Giggs, that's a good return. Kanchelskis across the face, Hughes can't do it, yes he can! Robson with the header across, and Hughes was there to react.
Alex, however, was aware of other pressures.
It's a media thing now, that we've started the season ever so well, and the team is playing very well, and the crowd, the atmosphere at Old Trafford and the support we are taking away from home is the best I've experienced at the club, and it really is bubbling. So now the media are taking a part in it. I know who's going to be the first team to beat United, and they're undefeated for so many games and all that, And this is the next stage in which we've got to handle. The next challenge for us is to not let ourselves get too excited about it, not lose our objective.
Luton were the next visitors to Old Trafford, and they, already in the relegation zone, were eager to pick up some points, but not from here.
Claire, Robson, space here for Robson. From Irwin into Hughes. Couldn't quite find Robson, but it might come to Ince. It does! Ince has scored, and Luton know that that's their fault. This is where Luton should have got it away, and they did the damage themselves. Ince just finished it off. Ince. Hughes. Good chance for Hughes! Well, it wasn't far wide. Hughes turning his man well. Just off target with the shot. Here to Giggs. He makes no mistake, but the referee has halted play and said that the earlier infringement counts against United. Yes, Paul Ince clearly clipping the Luton player. Owen with the corner kick. It's across everybody, and Hughes. Well, he appeals for the penalty for handball. Already missed a penalty this year. He makes no mistake with that one. It's his second penalty of the season. Steve Bruce has scored, and that makes it 2-0 to Manchester United. Good pace from McClare. Hughes. Good save, Chamberlain. Corner kick. Luton defenders look at themselves and just wonder how they cope with Mark Hughes. Chance, it could roll all the way. It does, and McClare has scored. He's come on as a substitute, and he's looked good all the time he's been in action, and that's the finish of a quality striker, even though it has to be said the goalkeeper made a complete meal of it. His legs, and United are getting more and more into this one. Luton are just being totally eclipsed by the football that United plays. Ryan Giggs goes into the penalty area now. Ryan Giggs is looking for 4 goals, and United have, yes, got 4 goals now. It looked as though Hughes had got it. It came out, and Brian McClare has claimed his second. Giggs, a lovely little ball in there. For a moment it looked as though Hughes had scored. Came off the upright, and McClare made no mistake. Well, Hughes. Well, picks himself up and keeps going forward. And still he goes forward, looking for the return, but Hughes might go square. Takes a little wider. McClare to pick it up. Hanging in the air, and there it is from Mark Hughes. 5 for Manchester United, and Luton have been second best all afternoon. No wonder United are top. They've been brilliant today. What a fantastic header, an example to everyone.
That 5-0 thrashing of Luton kept United at the top, and they ended the month with a 2-1 win at Tottenham. United started well, and a lovely through ball from Ryan Giggs led to the first from Mark Hughes. The replay showing what a skillful player Giggs is, and superb finishing by Hughes. Brian Robson thought he'd been fouled, but the referee gave the decision in favour of Spurs, and a quickly taken free kick caught United out. Then United's winner, a good free kick from Clayton Blackmore and an inch-perfect header from Brian Robson. 3 days previously, Cambridge United were visitors to Old Trafford to play the first leg of the Rumbleows Cup. 33,396 turned up to see United take their first step towards Wembley. Goals from Bruce, McClare and Giggs saw United ready for the second leg and well in front. For the first game of October, United entertained Liverpool in a game with little incident, other than Mark Hughes becoming the villain of the piece. Or did he? Decide that for yourself. United 0, Liverpool 0, and a 3-match ban for Sparky. The slow start to the season for reigning league champions Arsenal seemed to be behind them, and George Graham came to Old Trafford fired up for action. This was predicted to be United's sternest challenge. David Rocastle opened up the scoring with a fine chip.
Chips this one. That's a brilliant goal. It's off the back of Schmeichel. I think Rocastle will claim it. Put in by Giggs. And it's reached the head there of Steve Bruce. Not the most convincing header from him. It doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net. 1-1 the score. And Steve Bruce has scored and equalised. Rocastle it was that opened the scoring for Arsenal. But here you'll see Bruce kept himself onside and scrambled it in.
A trip to Atletico Madrid in the Winners' Cup preceded the game against Sheffield Wednesday, and had obviously taken its toll. So as United ran out at Hillsborough, injuries and illness were to play a part in the match.
Worthington. And Hurst! It's there for Wednesday! David Hurst has scored. Anderson to Warhurst. He's rolled it straight to McClare. A gift, an equaliser. 1-1. McClare for Manchester United. Parker. It's left for Giggs. Robson joins the line now. He could have shot. He does shoot. It comes off Anderson. Nielsen against the post and McClare, yes, has scored. Brian McClare. A terrible defensive mix-up by Sheffield Wednesday. Giggs setting out for Robson. He might have shot earlier. Anderson gets a touch. Nielsen doesn't help his keeper. And then these two, Palmer and Warhurst, in a real tangle. McClare says, thank you very much. Comes out to Nielsen, drives it back in. Jemson, he's onside. It's there, the equaliser, Sheffield Wednesday, Nigel Jemson. Flick on, Jemson. He scored in injury time.
We should have been 4-5 up in that game at half time, the chances that we had. But then you go out in the second half, and even just the sitting down for the 10 minutes, you go out and you just don't generate the same energy in your body, you know, when you've been sitting down for a time after you've had the long journeys to Madrid and the really hard game, because it was a hard game. I mean, the lads put everything into that, and we were unfortunate that we didn't come away with a good result over there. But then you go out in the second half, and Sheffield obviously press forward at us, you know, to get back into the game. And you've got to give credit to them, but I feel that if we hadn't have had the Madrid game in the week, we would have beat them.
It is only a one loss we've had in the league. We're still up there. So the players, you know, it wasn't as if like it was, oh Christ, the whole thing's going to go wrong now. It was just a matter of saying, right, we pick ourselves up from here and try and go another 11 or 12 games unbeaten.
The league table showed the result of the Wednesday defeat, demoting United to second place behind Leeds, City in third place, and last season's champions Arsenal fourth. The first league upset of the season, but the Rumbelows' third round gave United the chance to get back on the winning trail.
Giggs. Turned in once more, not cleared by the goalkeeper. It could come to Robbins, it does, and it's there! Mark Robbins opens his account, he's come on as a substitute and scored the opener. They're onside, Schmeichel comes, good punch, Beresford back in there. Oh, that's a brilliant goal from Beresford! Beresford, well, he scored the goal, and now it looks like he could have opened things up for United, and it's slid in the end. Heading towards Bruce. And Robbins, oh yes, he's got it!
3 goals went a long way to restoring confidence, and against a team not noted for being easy. Next up, Sheffield United. And strangely, Sheffield had mirrored the start they made last season. They were stuck at the bottom and hungry for points.
That's his corner. Got back by Bruce and in by Hoyland. That's an own goal. Bruce might well claim it, but that is an own goal from Sheffield United. Pemberton. Oh, that's a terrible clearance. Pemberton, he had more time than he thought there. It's fallen to Kanchelskis. Pemberton's back with him now. Kanchelskis kills that one. Oh, that's a top quality goal from Andrei Kanchelskis. 2-0 to Manchester United. They've really come back with purpose in this game.
Local derbies are often scrappy affairs, and the fixture against Manchester City was no exception. 38,000 filed into Main Road to see a 0-0 game with few high spots.
By Coton, turned away by Redmond, who was clipped by Blackmore.
After losing the away leg and drawing the home tie to Atletico Madrid, United were out of the Cup Winners' Cup, but were still in Europe. Red Star Belgrade came to Manchester for the European Super Cup, and while the game failed to capture the imagination of many of United's fans, those who did come had a great night.
Find in by Martin, but on the far side, appeals for handball. And the referee points to the spot. Well, Trevor, do you think that was a penalty?
You won't see many more blatant penalties than that, Mark.
And Milojevic read it well. And if he's seen, and he is seen now, Darko Panchev and his control let him down. And off the line brilliantly by Blackmore. After Panchev had won the header. It's Dennis Irwin. It's too high for Mark Hughes. Chance for Webb though. Right foot. Hit the post. McClare is in. Brian McClare scores for United. It was on the cards once the ball was floating high into that Red Star box. And United, who missed a golden opportunity to take the lead after 2 minutes, have done the damage with 20 minutes left.
Once again it was Webb shooting. And a very simple tap in there.
Steve Bruce lifts the European Super Cup, and United, after all, get some European silverware in 1991.
Fresh from a run of games that had seen them beat Arsenal, Spurs and draw with Liverpool, the Hammers were here to prove a point in their return to Division One football.
Still McClare with it. Oh, he drifts beautifully past George Paris. Gets the cross and he comes to Giggs. What a brilliant finish. Ryan Giggs, first time on the volley. That was a sweet goal indeed. No wonder there's so many smiling faces out there. What a natural talent. Could have played in by McClare, but what a sweet, sweet finish. See it again. I like the way McClare drifted past Paris there. Gave himself the space. You just don't get better finishes than that. Hughes closing down on the West Ham defence. A good run here from Giggs. Closed down. It's back to Kanchelskis. It could roll in. McCloskey's all over the place. And Brian Robson has scored the goal.
West Ham worked hard and pulled one back from a quickly taken free kick, but the result was always going United's way.
It's taken quickly, and it could have caught United out here. Is that in and out? Bakaveni says it is.
The second trip of the season to Selhurst Park, this time to meet Crystal Palace, who are always formidable opposition. Going into the game, Leeds had once again taken top spot.
Chased by Ryan Giggs, gets his crossover. Paul Mortimer is there. It's gone in. Mortimer has scored for Palace. Well, the offside trap not working there. It's left Ryan Giggs clear. Jed Thomas forced to come back. An ambitious shot there by Ryan Giggs. Off the crossbar, it's gone in. Neil Webb completing it, but what tremendous skills by Ryan Giggs after 25 minutes. The Palace offside trap didn't work. Ryan Giggs to the edge of the area. An impudent, tremendous volley from 20 yards. It hit the underside of the crossbar, bounced down, and Neil Webb was there to nod it in. alongside Gareth Southgate. Still Ryan Giggs in field to Brian McClare. Shot by Brian McClare, tremendous goal by United. 58 minutes gone, a goal of pure skill made by Ryan Giggs. Excellent turn by Brian McClare, and he drilled a left-footed shot past Nigel Martin. 2-1 to United after 58 minutes. Another excellent goal, another excellent piece of play from Ryan Giggs, and Brian McClare reminding us that he's still a good goal scorer. Doesn't score as many these days, but showed consummate skill there to turn his man and shoot home. Another lovely layoff by Ryan Giggs. Dennis Irwin away from Southgate. Eddie McGoldrick coming back, the cross coming over from Irwin, a header there by Brian McClare. It might fall for Kanchelskis, it does, it's 3-2 United. 2 in a minute. And Kanchelskis takes advantage of that cross and able just to walk the ball home.
3-1, and a combination of good breaks and superb finishing left Palace with no answers. Leeds were still at the top with 1 point, but United had a game in hand and were always ready to change position. The 4th round of the Rumbleows Cup brought Oldham to Old Trafford, with memories of those semi-final clashes in 1990. Alex was expecting stern opposition from a team and manager who were well respected, and for Dennis Irwin it was a game against his old side.
Free kick then, curled in towards the near post, and a good header, and McClare has got it. 1-0, and the big boys have scored against their neighbours. Robson helps it on towards McClare. Kanchelskis has broken free here. Kanchelskis has got the right side of his defender and finished it off in fine style. Oldham allowed him to get inside, and Andrei Kanchelskis has scored a useful goal for Manchester United.
Safely through to the 5th round with goals from Andrei Kanchelskis and Brian McClare. An injury to skipper Brian Robson was to keep him out of the side for the next 2 games. The first against Coventry at home.
So all the big men in the middle. Pallister, Bruce. Giggs knocks it across, flicked over there. Chance here is there! It's got in! Bruce got the touch. So Steve Bruce notches his 5th goal of the season to make it Manchester United 1, Coventry City 0. That should settle things down, George.
Yes, I think Steve was as shocked as anybody. I think it hit him more than he hit it, but a tremendous start for United.
Pallister cross quickly to snuff that one out. Nobody wide on the right, but McClare's making a run through the middle, but he had to deliver the ball then. McClare's had to check his run, but Webb's gone on a second run. Webb going through, he can lob the keeper, he has done! Oh, what a goal! From Neil Webb, that's only his 2nd of the season, but what a little touch of magic we had there. It's Manchester United 2, Coventry City 0.
Unbelievable goal there. He made a tremendous run. United were caught offside, they had to pull back, and as they pulled back, Webb made that absolutely unbelievable run. Saw the keeper come out and just beautiful.
So a throw to Manchester United again, and this is Kanchelskis. Oh, Kanchelskis has gone. Gets in a good cross. Hughes is there. He's still got the ball. He shoots. Oh, deflected behind. Well, there we are, George. That's the measure of how quickly they can strike. A good cross from Kanchelskis, and Hughes, although he'd lost it first time, he just used his superior strength there, didn't he, to make the chance for a second attempt.
Yeah, terrific burst of speed from Kanchelskis as well. He's been in the game a lot so far. They're getting plenty of balls to him, and he's using his speed. Terrific cross as well. A little bit unfortunate there.
Oh, Bruce getting in again there. Oh, and it's there. Must be. McClare scores 3-0, and Manchester United are romping away with this game. So what did you make of that one?
Well, I used to be deadly from that distance. It was terrific. I mean, they're putting Coventry under so much pressure. It looks like they could get a bagful today if they continue like this.
That's Brian McClare's 12th goal of the season. McClare got room to get the cross in. Plays it right across the field. Irwin to Giggs, who's onside. Giggs homing in on goal there. The header from Hughes is there! Hughes scored! He stooped to conquer. It's Manchester United 4, Coventry City 0. And how about that one, George?
Yeah, lovely little pullback from Ryan Giggs. Once again, the importance of getting the ball in from wide positions. Lovely little clip back, and Mark Hughes finished it off. Just a little flick of the head. Keeper might be a little bit disappointed.
The Reds were back at the top, trading places with Leeds United once again, but United still had that game in hand. City had surrendered third place to Sheffield Wednesday, and Arsenal were now sixth and seemingly out of touch. Stamford Bridge and a visit to United's bogey team Chelsea. Last season, United lost both home and away fixtures in the league, leaving manager and team eager to break the jinx.
It's Irwin that drives it over the top, and there is a brilliant goal for United. Scored by Dennis Irwin. Right footer over the wall, and Hitchcock left with no chance. Celebrations abound at Stamford Bridge. Have a look at this one. Driven over the wall. That was pinpoint accuracy. Hughes, the nice back heel there. There are two in the middle waiting, and one of them's McClare. Kanchelskis goes to celebrate. It wasn't him. It was the man on the left of your picture now, Brian McClare, who scored for Manchester United to make it 2-0. Parker the ball into Hughes. A wicked back heel. Kanchelskis following it through. What a driven cross that was. And McClare doing the job. Hughes. Can he slip his man? He can. Mark Hughes. He could be on for goal number 3. It's Hughes, and that's got to be a penalty. Steve Bruce to take it. Bruce against Hitchcock, and nicely done by Steve Bruce.
A convincing 3-1 victory had broken the Chelsea spell, and what a way to do it. Dennis Irwin put United ahead with a stunning 35-yard free kick.
Well, we were talking about earlier in training in the week previous, and Clayton was on the bench, so I don't think there was really a dead ball specialist in the team, so he just says, if you get one around the box, just go up and hit it. And that's all I did, and fortunately it went in. Well, I think I seen the keeper. I think he was quite close to his right-hand post, which left a lot of space, and I just tried to whip it over the wall and obviously get on target. Usually they go into the crowd, but fortunately I struck it well enough. I think I must have been more surprised. I mean, it's a long time since I scored it from a free kick, and I was glad to see it going. I'm not wanting to score goals really. I'd rather get the crosses in and create a couple, but it's always nice to score goals. I didn't score last year, which was not very pleasing for me, but 2 goals this year before Christmas. Hopefully I can go and score another few.
Boxing Day and a trip to Boundary Park, Dennis's old stomping ground. No one could have expected what was to unfold in this game against the Latics. Dennis Irwin clearly on a roll and determined to prove a point to his old teammates, and a scoreline of 6-3 wouldn't harm those goal difference statistics one little bit.
That's a delightful ball to Irwin. It's 1-0, Dennis Irwin. On the watch, and United take the lead through an Oldham athletic old boy making his first return visit here to Boundary Park since his transfer to Manchester United. Dennis Irwin. What a glorious through ball though from Neil Webb in the first place, who picked out Irwin on that left hand side, and Irwin, cool as you like, his second goal in 2 games makes it Oldham 0, Manchester United 1. Here's Kanchelskis. United on the break again. Space is opened up. Still Kanchelskis. It's still Kanchelskis. Can he make it 2-0? He does now. Tremendous goal from Andrei Kanchelskis on the very stroke of half time. Well, he took the Oldham defence on then almost single-handedly. He walked through the Oldham back line, and when the chance for a moment seemed to have gone, back turned Kanchelskis and whacked that ball through a pack of Oldham players to make it 2-0. And United well on course to victory now.
Farlow's free kick. Sharp! 2-1! Richie. Ball played in. Here's Marshall. Chance now, Milligan. 2-2! What a comeback by Oldham! Here's Ince. Hughes. United free kick. Looks like it's going to be Irwin. Whacks that ball. Oh, tremendous goal from Dennis Irwin. What a goal. Irwin struck that ball with awesome power. And now United in front again by 3-2. His second goal of the game. Two goals in a minute then here at Boundary Park. Holden. Dispossessed that time by Parker, who releases Kanchelskis. It's 2 against 2 at the back. McClure arriving forward for United. Kanchelskis stays onside. It could be 4 now. It is. It's McClure. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Manchester United. Brian McClure's 15th of the season. Now makes it Oldham 2, United 4. Well, Kanchelskis, the provider, down that right hand side. I must say, in acres of room down that right hand side. And when the cross was driven in hard and low, McClure was there to register the simple tap in. And John Holworth, the Oldham goalkeeper, not a happy man. 2-0 at half time, would you believe? And then 10 minutes into the second half, and another 4 goals. It could be 5. It is. It's McClure. United are running riot. McClure it is again. 3 goals in 4 minutes for Manchester United. And 5 goals in this second half. Oh, McClure had another simple opportunity then to blast that ball home and make it 5-2. Milligan leaves it for Henry. Milligan gets it back. Marshall. Palmer. Ball will break again. Bernard. 5-3. This is incredible. It's a good ball forward to Giggs. Chance for 6. It's there. Ryan Giggs does it, and that seals the game now. Oldham 3, Manchester United 6. And Ryan Giggs, who sprang that Oldham back line, took the through ball, rounded Holworth. And another glorious finish from the 18-year-old. 78 minutes gone then. It's now Oldham 3, Manchester United 6. Here's Ince again, good play. Could be 7. Onto the top of the Oldham netting.
The championship had turned into a 2-horse race, and fate was playing its part in the excitement. United and Leeds were the main contenders, and they met not only in the last game of 1991 at Elland Road, but were drawn against one another in both the FA and the Rumbleows Cup. The odds of a draw like this were very high indeed.
Well, I think we could sort of half expect in a quarter-final tie with only 8 teams being involved that there's every chance you're going to beat Leeds United. There's 1 or 2 other more difficult ones too, likes of Notts Forest and Tottenham, Norwich, and well, we've got Leeds away as well. It's not a far way to go, so that's acceptable. And you say, well, that's okay. So night time, I went out for a meal at night time, and I get in the car after the game, and I says, I'll phone my brother and find out who we got. So I phoned him and says, who did we get in the cup? He says, Leeds away. I said, no, that was the Rumbelows. He said, you get Leeds in the FA Cup too. I said, I don't believe that. He said, well, you have. And
I mean, my suspicions were, I says, what part is television got in this? Because incredible bit of business for BBC television. Tremendous. And at lunchtime, we're drawn in the quarter-final of the Rumble, and then out of 64 teams, we come out third out of the hat at Leeds United. Incredible. So we just had to, you had to face the situation. We had them 3 times in 10 days. And what we didn't want was a draw. In the cups, we didn't want a draw. And I think in situations like this that you have to take the sort of a one game at a time thing.
The first meeting on December the 29th was vitally important for both clubs in their fight for league supremacy. It was to be a tightly fought game with no quarter given.
Comes out to Webb. Oh, he scored! Neil Webb! Wonderfully struck past John Lukic. Manchester United lead. It's 1-0. Lovely goal. Came from the corner kick. Everybody missed this one, except Neil Webb. And that was a sweet shot indeed. View from behind the goal, you'll see just how well Neil Webb picks his spot. A top quality goal. Wallace for Leeds down the right, cuts inside. McAllister's with him. McAllister. Oh, he's checked by Pallister, and it's a penalty. Referee didn't hesitate a minute. Sterland for Leeds United, the equaliser.
At the time I thought it was a penalty kick, I must say. But when I saw it in television, I thought it was a soft one. But it was at their end of the ground, and they've got a huge support there. It's going to be hard not to get it in some occasions, and I think that we couldn't really argue about it, really. But it was maybe a bit softish. But nonetheless, technically speaking, they did impede the player. Although the opponent was going out the park, and he was running the ball out of the park, and we had cover there. But yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate. And I think Gary was maybe a bit, careless. He leans in and having such a magnificent game, and still got the man of the match award. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, that you're not going to go through 270 minutes against Leeds United and not have 1 or 2 mistakes in the game.
QPR had something of a revival in fortunes as they came to Old Trafford, fielding a more settled team and playing consistently good football. Just how good was to shock and horrify the faithful, and in such quick order. Back to Elland Road for the next instalment of the Manchester United vs Leeds epic. This time for the Rumbleows Cup. Close inspection of the pitch had revealed a fast, slightly greasy surface, so instructions from the dressing room to have a go at goal were taken to heart.
Blackmore. Oh, what a goal from Clayton Blackmore! He loves it, and so do the crowd. A screamer! And Lukic beaten all ends up. What a view of this one. Look at that. You'll not get a better finish from a free kick. What a quality strike. So here's Manchester United with Kanchelskis. He's done enough to score. Andrei Kanchelskis has made it 2-0. He did it all on his own. Broke here to Giggs, threaded through, and Kanchelskis had enough to poke it past Lukic. Top marks here for Ryan Giggs. Giggs. Cut out. It's rolled to Webb. Webb out to the far side. Curled in by Parker. And it's there from Giggs. 3-0. And that doesn't happen at Elland Road too often. Manchester United are rampant.
It couldn't have been a more different game. Opening up the Leeds defence with breathtaking speed and finishing with such accuracy must have left Leeds wondering at the outcome of the FA fixture. That game, unfortunately due to copyright restrictions, we can't show you, but a Mark Hughes header put United through 1-0. Meanwhile, Everton, unable to get a good result at home, were looking for a league reviver at Old Trafford. Not the most inspiring of games, but 3 valuable points. Notts County had been United's first league opposition back in August. Just up from the second division, the game had seen a capacity crowd at Old Trafford and a win for the Reds. Now in front of their home crowd, could they square the points? Very nearly disaster in a game in which a draw was all United could manage, a match which lacked any sparkle. The rescheduled Villa game was next up. Ron Atkinson and Villa, having waited for this match, were ready for action.
Webb, his cross to Hughes and Mark! Mark Hughes has finished it! In clinical style, in typical style. An error in midfield for Villa and a fine delivery allowing Hughes to score. Webb the provider, Hughes the finisher, and I just wonder if one might be enough to beat Aston Villa.
Arsenal had experienced poor form by their standards for most of the season, but were now experiencing a revival in fortunes.
Manchester United on the attack here. Will it roll to Ince? It could come to McClare. He's there. They sucked the Arsenal defence in. And McClare delivers the killer punch for goal number 1. It was all blue shirts at this point. The Arsenal defence totally square. Ince causing all sorts of problems. Took out 3 Arsenal men. McClare did the job. In fact, it was Rocastle that delivered the pass. Arsenal have Rocastle to their left, and here he is!
Arsenal deadlocked, both home and away. The draw at Highbury pushed the Reds into second place on goal difference, with Sheffield Wednesday third and City in fourth place. But Wednesday came to Old Trafford eager to prove that their win at Hillsborough could be repeated.
Schmeichel lining up his defensive wall. Wilson the back wing. Oh, what a goal! Long one over the top for McClare. Nearly brought it down. Hughes is in there. This is McClare. He can score here. Wood's got his foot to it. It's a goal! Hold on. Manchester United have hit back quickly. They're back in the fray. 13 and a half minutes into this game. It's Manchester United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
The points shared, and the next visitors, Crystal Palace, always tough opposition, were to prove worthy competitors, a match where things went United's way.
So Manchester United come down the left-hand side. McClare. Rolled in by Giggs. Hughes, it's there! He's onside! It counts! Mark Hughes. 1-0. And Stretford celebrates. Giggs' cross. Hughes timed the run and just stamped it in. McClare rolls it outside. Kanchelskis and Hughes again. A classic poacher's goal there. It matters little how they come. The fact is, it's 2-0 to Manchester United. Well, you might have fancied McClare for a shot as things opened up for him here. But 3 Palace defenders go with him. Kanchelskis is free. And though Robson couldn't get there, Hughes could.
Chelsea had taken a beating when United were visitors to Stamford Bridge and were eager to avenge that defeat.
Oh! A mistake! An own goal! Donachie. And that's driven in! Oh yes, what a goal for Mark Hughes.
A lucky escape for Chelsea with a Donachie unfortunate back pass rescuing them. But 2 dropped points at this stage of the season didn't help matters for United. The team travelled to Coventry for what, after the earlier fixture, should have been a formality, but what in this game never is. United were just 2 games away from the final of the Rumbleows Cup, the one trophy they've never won. The first leg against 2nd Division Middlesbrough, one of the North East revival teams, ended in a goalless draw. So the Reds had it all to do in the second leg at Old Trafford.
This is McClare. Ince. Good knock inside to Robson. Webb going to the left of Robson. Plays it into Giggs. This is McClare. Webb. He's got a good position there. Sharp with a shot and shot! Lee Sharp, his first goal of the season. In this, only his 8th appearance. Right on the half hour, Lee Sharp shoots Manchester United into the lead and 1 step closer to Wembley. The ball played across here, good work by Webb, not tipped wide, and Lee Sharp provided the lethal finish. It's Manchester United 1, Middlesbrough 0. And here it is from a different angle, Webb knocking it on, and Sharp hitting it with that left foot. Easy one for Peter Schmeichel to deal with, but he did well to get that header in from that position. Ripley now, driving it across, Slaven! Bernie Slaven! Nets a goal out of the blue. The ball swept across by Stuart Ripley. Ability to take men on and beat them. Irwin. It's gone for the return ball. The shot's coming in. Good save by Pears and hooked away by Kernaghan. A great one-handed save by Steve Pears.
And once again it was Giggsy who found that little extra to put United into the second final in 2 seasons. With Wembley beckoning, Alex must have had dreams of adding the Rumbleows Cup to the trophy room collection. But the team had to put thoughts of cup finals behind them and look to their next league fixture, away to Sheffield United. The Blades had turned out to be the form team of the year, not only repeating their relegation magic act of the previous season, but winning convincingly on the way. They weren't going to give up the points easily.
Bruce, it could fall to Dean, and there's the goal for Brian Dean. Sheffield United take the lead. Manchester United with Robson trying to create things down the middle. Still not convincing, but it's threading its way through. And there is the equaliser for Brian McClare. I think he likes it. So does the keeper. Sheffield United in a little bit of a mess there. He was onside because it was played by a Sheffield United player. Paul Rodgers, in fact. It's a monster throw. That is a monster throw. And the ball played in here, and there is the second goal for Clayton Blackmore. (2-1) to Manchester United here at Bramall Lane. Look at that throw, that's outrageous. Caught out the Sheffield United defence.
A good 3 points won and the end of a long wait to meet Brian Clough's Forest for the first time in the season.
Sheringham to Clough, knocked it on for Crosby. Back to Nigel Clough. Nigel Clough, and it's there. Nigel Clough has scored. It's looking for Giggs, and Giggs onside. Giggs heading towards goal. Good save by Marriott. Mark Phelan. Good ball for Blackmore. And that's Hughes. And it's off the post.
Try as they would, the Reds couldn't get the ball in the net and lost after 15 games without defeat. Perhaps the sight of Wembley on the horizon had instigated a league form slump, as United could only draw 0-0 with the frustrating long ball merchants Wimbledon and an on-form QPR side. But on the last day of March, the Reds bounced back to the top, and at Carrow Road of all places.
Cross towards the far post, and the good header away. Now the keeper, Donaghy's header. As he played on. McClare, oh! You'd have fancied him to score there, wouldn't you? Up to Hughes. Hughes on to Ince. Ince is in the clear! And there it is! Paul Ince! They've broken the deadlock at last. And, well, scored it was too by a man that doesn't get nearly as many goals as he might. Paul Ince, here he is picking the ball up midway inside the Norwich half. And then finding a little bit of space in which to deliver that 23-yard shot. Hughes. Giggs. Looking for Ince again. It's his day today. Make no mistake. He's going to score his quota of goals for the season in this one match, I think. That's his second. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. And that was a better goal than the first. 30 yards out. And Paul Ince says, thanks very much. Fox. And here's a chance for Norwich. Taken as it's 2-1. Hughes. He rolls those out so well to Sharp. His ball in, he's back behind McClare. A quality finish that. Hit at pace. And that should do it for Manchester United. The ball delivered by Sharp. Converted by McClare.
United back on top, Leeds second and Sheffield Wednesday third. It was going to be a race to the finish. After that convincing win at Norwich, the fans turned out to see what promised to be a passionate local derby against Manchester City. In his second Old Trafford derby, Ryan Giggs struck as the Reds dominated. But a last-ditch challenge from Steve Bruce gave away a penalty, and it ended all square. The 116th derby and the 43rd draw. 5 days later, the big day dawned. Thoughts of the championship were put to one side, and the fans set off for Wembley, confident of the right result.
I think it'll be 3-1 for United. First scorer will be Hughes.
Yes. The famous Man United, and we go to Wembley. Wembley! Wembley!
Danny McGregor, the club's commercial manager, outlined some of the logistics for the travelling support, seemingly organising not just the travel, but the results as well.
We have 370 standard class at the back, so we're accommodating for both types of support. And there's another 5 additional trains backing up after this one. We've had about 35 coaches running from the club, and they all started departing this morning around about 8 o'clock. We know there's a lot of supporters gone down and making a weekend of it. We know quite a few of them have gone down. So we're catering for everybody. We've got Wilf on the coach as well. Wilf McGuinness is here, doing a bit of a in-train entertainment, would you say. And I think everybody's happy. We've had a good typical BR breakfast and hope we've had a good day. It's a bit relaxing. We're not playing for the league now at the moment. We're playing for the Rumbelows Cup. No, I think we'll have about 3-1. I do fancy that, yeah.
Wembley at last, and with just an hour to go, the fans streamed into the ground, watched from above by referee for the game, George Courtney, and his officials. Alex and the boys arrived, looking relaxed and confident. And at last, the final ritual of the presentation of the teams before the kick-off.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you kindly stand for the national anthem?
Forest to kick off the 1992 Rumbelows League Cup final with Sheringham to Clough starting us off. So Forest defending the goal to our right with Des Walker in possession forward. For Parker. In turn it's back for Schmeichel. So the great Dane then launches a big one. Up to Hughes, headed away. Wassell was there. Here's Phelan. Giggs. Hughes. Phelan's kept on going. Good chance and saved by Andrew Marriott. Early touch for the young keeper. Ince did well under pressure. Irwin. Forced back. Now it's played down the middle. Here is Giggs. Things down the middle here for McClare. He could shoot. He scored the goal. The Rumbleows Cup sees its first goal scored in 1992. And Manchester United have taken the lead in the final. Brian McClare with it. Giggs, good work. He opened it up. McClare's first touch, but Giggs was the man that sucked in the Forest defence and allowed McClare the space to go through and score the goal. Pallister, the through ball. Here's Giggs. Great opportunity for him to show his skill, and nicely tucked away. The view from behind the goal. Giggs rolled it so well. And inside the goal. Finished nicely. Marriott, no chance. And already the manager checks his watch. Corner kick, Giggs will take it. Bruce doesn't meet him. It's hit by Ince. Good opportunity to that. I'm sure it took a deflection. It did. It's another corner kick to Manchester United. And Giggs again with it. Headed away. Hughes really helping the defenders. Here's Roy Keane. Oh, he's given it away. He's got support though, but Manchester United pick it up, still in the Forest half. An opportunity for Ince. Here's Parker. Drives up on cross field. Picked up by Ryan Giggs. He stayed out there as Giggs. Some trickery inside now. Ryan Giggs. That's a lovely ball. A chance here for Ince, and it's off. Darren Wassell in the end for a corner kick. And that was a great opportunity for Manchester United to increase their lead. Some lovely football. Giggs opening things up down the right-hand side. The ball whipped back. Before Ince could get in, there was Wassell. Kanchelskis. What now from the Ukrainian Arwanda? He goes down under the challenge. Kingsley Black. He as far as Pallister, who's still in possession now. Pallister, the cross into the middle there, looking for Hughes. And Marriott's gone down under the challenge. A great opportunity now, and that should have been goal number 2. It isn't. Laws has cleared off his own line. Good defending that from the England B defender. McClare, well, he might have blasted that one. Instead, he tried to place it. A collision, Wassell and Marriott. Hughes rolls it out. I suppose when he saw the opportunity, he thought he could roll it in. It's Pallister's ball initially. Defender and goalkeeper in a tangle. But had McClare blasted and rather placed it there, it could have been goal number 2. Hughes. It's played on now. A good chance here for Sharp, and it's over the bar. It just hung in the air, and Forest happy to watch it go over. Down the right, here come Manchester United again, breaking as they do with purpose. Have it with Giggs. 2 men with him. Oh, he's beaten them both. Giggs. A shot, but that's too wide. But worth a go, I think, from the youngster. After all, he'd made the opportunity for himself. Let's have a look now. 2 players, past one, past the other. But never on target with the shot. Moments stick away, and here's Forest with a chance, but Clough can't quite reach it. Still not cleared fully though, and still plenty of bodies in the penalty area. And it's come to Crosby. Crosby with a great chance. He squares it to Clough. That's a poor ball. He should have tried it himself. Driven in again by Forest. Knocked away by Manchester United. McClare back there for them. Forest though have a sniff of goal. What can they do with it? Comes to Walker. Walker still has it, rolls it out now. Looking for support. It comes from Black, and Black's shot is rather half hit. Ryan Kidd, he's been here in finals before now and won. Is it to be today for Manchester United? George Courtney, a look at the watch. Time almost up And there it is, that is full time. George Courtney calls a halt to proceedings. Manchester United, who might have scored more, win the Rumbelows Cup 1-0. Congratulations between the two managers and commiserations to Brian Clough. So Manchester United can celebrate the victory today. The Rumbleows Cup is theirs for 1992. And there's the goal scorer, Brian McClare.
Well, it's a long time coming, and I think it adds to the history of the club. When you see all the list of honours we've had, we didn't have the League Cup then, we'll put it right today. Well, I think winning a trophy is important for our club. It's extra important because the demands and the expectancy of everyone means you have to win the trophy. And we want to win trophies, and we've done well today.
So Manchester United, who this time last year were the runners-up in this competition, can now receive the Rumbleows Cup from the Rumbelows Employee of the Year. And a peck on the cheek breaks formality, and a kiss for the cup. Thank you, Chairman, says Steve Bruce, who raises aloft the Rumbelows League Cup for 1992. Manchester United are the winners, and their fans celebrate in true style. Schmeichel, who's pleased with himself. A good season for him. Hughes, Irwin, Parker, there's Mike Phelan, he gets a shake of the hand from the chairman too. Gary Pallister, good season for him also. Andrei Kanchelskis, the Ukrainian, a revelation really. Lead shot, Ryan Giggs. Well, what a player for the future he is. And at the back we saw Brian McClare, who's received the Man of the Match award, the Alan Hardacre Trophy. He and Paul Ince go off with Neil Webb at the end, celebrating their victory.
Yeah, it's a proud moment. You have to do something to emulate sort of like Sir Brian. I feel desperately sorry for him because basically it should have been him going there. But I'm extremely proud, and it's an honour I'll take with me.
The dressing room after, and justified high spirits resulting from the club's first win in the League Cup competition. Ryan Giggs had supplied the legwork, Brian McClare the accuracy, but as Brian pointed out, the goal hadn't come as any surprise.
We spent all day Thursday on the training ground practising the move, where Peter was going to kick the ball out, and it would bounce once, it'd come to me, and I'd flick it with great panache to Giggsy. Giggsy would run forward 5 or 10 yards, he would dummy his shoot.
I'll make a decoy, man.
No, but sorry, Paul Ince makes a decoy and run round the back of me, and Giggsy slips it in, I'll have a wee look up, take a touch, goalie comes out and I dink it into the corner.
And it's pissing that time.
So, it was all down to Brian Kidd, it was his idea on the training ground.
Yes.
Thank you.
And now he's going to leave us. Now he's going to leave us.
And he's now going to leave us. He's going back to Rangers. Oh no, he's going to Rangers. Exclusive, Brian Kidd. Next year's reserve team coach at Glasgow Rangers.
Well, I thought we did. Our discipline was terrific. We did what I had to do until the last few minutes when they ploughed everyone forward. I didn't see them giving us a bit of bother, you know. It was just that we're missing a few chances in the second half, and maybe 1 or 2 bits of bad luck we had in the second half that kept them in it. But you've got to give credit to them. They're a tremendous young side. They're a fine young side. And they kept going. They found the legs to keep going. And we're strong and fresh ourselves. So it made it an interesting contest.
Ryan Clough have anything to say to you at the end?
Well, he just wished me all the best. He congratulated us and would have done the same. But he knows he's got a good team, and I think at the end of the day, I think we deserve to win it.
So it was back to the league. A place in Europe was secured. Could United now take the title? Following that Wembley win, United began a run into the end of the season which looked formidable. 4 games in 7 days, but they got off to a great start against Southampton.
Corner kick comes in. Kanchelskis! Oh yes, what a finish! Andrei Kanchelskis fired it in with his left boot. A very valuable Manchester United goal, and Andrei Kanchelskis, the Ukrainian, has got the Stretford end cheering that one. Super finish, walloped in with his left foot. Terrific volley.
Andrei Kanchelskis picked up his 8th goal of the season, and United were top with a game in hand. Next to struggling Luton, who were fighting like tigers to stay in the top flight. For Lee Sharp, his only league goal of a season blighted by injury. But disappointment as the home side grabbed an equaliser with a hint of luck about it. 2 valuable points dropped. It got worse 2 days later when Nottingham Forest got their revenge for that Wembley defeat. Ian Wone put Forest ahead. 2 minutes later, Brian McClare made it 101 goals since he came to Old Trafford. But Forest's Scott Gemmell sealed it with a kick 9 minutes from time. Was that the day the title slipped away? Or was it at Upton Park 48 hours later when the Hammers tried to earn a place in the Premier League and had luck on their side? Whatever they did, United couldn't put the ball in the net. Then after 65 minutes, it looked as if Mark Hughes had done it. But look what happened.
Play on, says the referee. Keane, Bishop. Keane takes it on once more for West Ham United, who break with purpose now down this left-hand side. Looks away. Brown!
Gary Pallister couldn't believe his eyes. West Ham's Kenny Brown couldn't believe his luck. The Reds slipped to second place. Their game in hand had gone. Now they had to win at Anfield to stay in the title chase. It wasn't to be. Leeds won at Sheffield United thanks to an own goal, and United had no luck at all against an inspired Liverpool. Liverpool won with goals from Ian Rush and Mark Walters, leaving Alex Ferguson stunned. It had dried up during the final run-in, but against Tottenham they started to flow again, and that smile from Lady Luck was back once more.
Manchester United come forward now, it's through to McClare, yes it's there, that'll steady the nerves. And so Manchester United look as though they'll consolidate the runners-up spot with the championship gone. They've scored. Giggs. It's hanging in the air. It's invited. Oh, Walker's made a tremendous mess of this one. Ince. And Hughes has finished for Manchester United. The goalkeeper definitely at fault. Walker had earlier come off his knee, couldn't make the second save. Ince, tremendous to keep the ball in, did ever so well. Phelan, chance for Giggs down the right hand side. And there's Hughes, that was inviting, a beautifully delivered cross. Do it with his left, and he can certainly do it with his right. Just look at that perfection.
It was a sad day though for the Stretford Enders. Because of the enforced ruling that grounds must be all-seater, they stood in their favourite spot for the last time. And they gave Gary Lineker in his last game for Tottenham a send-off to remember when he scored the last goal of the season. Consolation for Spurs as United took second place in the league. Disappointing perhaps, but for United stars, a season to remember. For Ryan Giggs, his first full season with the seniors.
What about the game that's the most memorable of the whole season?
I'd say the Wembley game, because the atmosphere was just brilliant. Wembley is just a one-off, isn't it? And to win the cup, to win a trophy in my first year was just something special.
You didn't quite make the league championship. Was that a big disappointment?
Yeah, it was a big disappointment, but we've had a successful season, and hopefully we can go on and win the league next year.
United topped attendance records by a mile and finished with the best defensive record in the whole Football League. Just 33 goals conceded in Peter Schmeichel's first season in English football.
We've got so much talent in the squad, and I think we've got a great chance to win the league next season. And if we don't win it next season, we'll win it the season after that. I'm sure of that. We'll win it within the next 2 years.
As for Brian Robson, he hasn't given up any hope of lifting that championship trophy.
Well, last season we finished 6th in the league. This year we finished 2nd, and so we're looking for an improvement again. I'm sure the manager will bring, maybe it's just 1 or 2 players just to strengthen the squad again. And I think we can only look forward. We've got some good young players coming through, and the experience of this year is going to benefit them. So I think we can only improve again next year, so hopefully that'll mean number 1 spot.
And for Brian Robson?
Well, there's loads of speculation about myself, but it seems to be after the first 3 seasons I had at United, I've had that all along, so it doesn't really bother me. I know where I enjoy playing my football, and next year it'll be here again.